Alright, so I just wanted to make a response video to the people who are, not worried about this Ukraine situation in Russia. There's people telling me I don't have to worry. There's people, oh, don't worry. If we didn't go to war with Syria, we wouldn't go to war with Russia. I'm not, freaking out or anything. Do I think there's going to be a nuclear war and humanity's going to get destroyed over this? No, I don't. It's very possible though that this could start a war, though. If not that, it could be used to take away our liberties, take away more of our freedoms. It could affect us majorly too. So, I actually printed up the article that I was referencing in the last video here. So I just want to read some of this to you. I'll put it in the bottom. It's on Infowars.com if I remember. But just look it up on Google. U.S. backs Nazis in Ukraine, and it'll pop up. It's Infowars.com. And people are like, oh, I get a comment, Alex Jones, Infowars, ha ha ha, what a joke. And, to that I have to say, Infowars has never lied to me. They've never come out with something that's not true to me, and I've never read something on their website that is not true. But let's go to the mainstream media. Boy, have they lied to us many times. In the government, what do you want to trust the mainstream media and the government? And no, I'm not trusting them because they lie to me and they cover shit up. There's no way I'm going to listen to them. So I go to the alternative media sites like Infowars.com to get my fucking news, people. So just let's get started off here. I'm not going to read the whole thing, but it says back in December, around the same time that the top U.S. diplomat Victoria Nuland announced that the United States had invested $5 billion to help Ukrainians achieve a new form of government. So yeah, that's not suspicious. We just gave $5 billion to Ukraine to help them form a new government. Oh yeah, just forget about that. Why are we giving money to foreign countries when we have cities that are in fucking shambles? I live right by fucking Detroit, and I go down there, and there's fucking houses burned down. There's streets, with like one house on it, one dilapidated house on it, and the rest have been burned down. And we're giving $5 billion to Ukraine. What the fuck are we doing? Let's fix our own country before we go and fix other countries. And we're not even really fixing them. We're installing a new government that's fucking filled with Nazis. It's ridiculous. It's retarded. We're $17 trillion in debt, and we're funding other countries. We're giving money to other countries. Really? So and it goes on to say, Senator John McCain met with the, I don't know how to say this word, Savabada party leader, the party that's in control right now, who took over. The guy is named Taya Hinbach. Don't know how to pronounce it. And he was sharing the stage with him at an event here. Let me get to the page. See that, people? Yeah, there's John McCain right here. John McCain talking to the guy in charge now. Look he's talking to him. And he's pretty much giving, the U.S.'s backing of this revolution. And then if you go to the right here, he's doing Hail Hitler. He's doing the fucking this. And we're backing this guy who's in charge right now. If you see right here, this guy, he's got a, I don't know if you can see it, it's black and white, but on his wrists, he's got a Nazi armband on, and you got people going like that, and we're backing them. We're giving billions of dollars to them. Really? And they overthrew a democracy, by the way. It's not like this was a dictatorship that they overthrew. It was a democracy that they overthrew. Like, oh, the president, I went over this before, the president shot, killed people. It's come out now that it's probably not the president. And there was actually the opposition to the president that shot all these people. And then one other thing here I got to talk about. There was a leaked phone conversation where Nuland was caught scheming to install a new government with the new president who's in charge, or the new guy who's in charge, and is the leader of the Nazi party in Ukraine right now. In Newland, our diplomat was caught talking and scheming to put him in, and she also said in a leaked phone conversation, "Fuck the EU." Yeah, that's great, But just ignore all that, guys. Ignore that there's fucking people in fucking armbands, walking down the road in Ukraine, and, fucking shit up. Ignore the fact that the leader, where is it? That the leader is doing Hail Hitler. Yeah, it's alright, we're just gonna give billions of dollars to him. And, and say how this revolt going, all the mainstream media, say how it's, just and shit. So, I'm really mad, that $5 billion is going to Ukraine for this bullshit. It's stupid, and I don't want another war. I'm sure a majority of Americans don't want another war. So basically we took 93% is Ukraine, and the other 7%, 7% of Ukraine, the Crimea, it's 7%, and the rest of Ukraine's 93%. So we got 93%, Russia got 7%, and now we're gonna attack Russia, huh? It's very hypocritical of us. We basically came in, took this fucking country over, spurred a revolt. All this is fucking planned. All of it's fucking planned. And I'm worried a little bit, because let's look back at our history and all the wars we've started. Vietnam started over, the Gulf of Tonkin. It's come out now it was a lie, false flag. Iraq, lied about WMDs and Al Qaeda in Iraq to get us to go there, go to war in there. That's also classified as a lie. So all the lies we lie about, the government. That's why I'm scared. All these unjustified wars we've been starting. That's what I'm scared of. I don't want, and Russia is backed into a corner. I hear military people saying, this is just as bad as the Cold War, if not worse. You get Poland saying we're on the brink of, I think it was their president said, one of the higher government officials said, we're on the brink of war. We're on the brink of a worldwide war. So yeah, I'm a little bit scared. We're backing everybody in Russia, or everybody's backing Russia into a corner. They got nukes, we got nukes, and the globalists want a war. So everything's setting in place for some kind of war. Hopefully it's not a nuclear war. Hopefully it's no war at all. In the study showed even a small nuclear war, a small nuclear war would destroy humanity. So yeah, I am a little bit scared. There's tons of nuclear bombs throughout the world. They should just ban nuclear bombs. They're only used for destruction. They're not needed. It's retarded how we have a bunch of nukes, and we're like, oh, we could blow up the world 10,000 times. Why do we need to blow it up 10,000 times? After we blow it up once, what are we going to do, blow it up again? It's retarded how we keep just spending money. I think our defense, what we spend on the military is like $620 billion. Really? We gotta spend $620 billion? What is some country just gonna invade us and take us over? I don't think so. But yet we just keep starting wars, doing this shit. And, I do think there is time, to intervene when some people's countries are some of the peoples of certain countries, their human rights are getting violated. I think there is time to intervene, but we've been doing it now forever. It's time for somebody else to step up. Where's fucking NATO, huh? Where the fuck are they and all that, all these conflicts that have happened over the past years, NATO, is really nowhere to be found. They just back off. They're supposed to be the protectors, right? We just keep running around the policemen of the world. And where's NATO? They're not the policemen of the world. It's time for somebody else to pick up the slack. We're $17 trillion in debt. We've been the policemen of the world too long. It's time for NATO to chip in a little bit. It's time for some other countries to chip in a little bit. You know, we can't just keep fighting this evil forever. And it's not like we're even fighting it either. We only go to wars for economic gains. If there's not, you know, if there's not an economic gain to achieve in a war, we're not going to do it. That's why we chose to go to Iraq for oil. Why didn't we go to Rwanda where like 500,000 to 1 million people died? Because there was nothing economically to gain from that. We just ignored it. It's a little country in Africa, so we just, oh well, oh, big deal. 500,000 people are gonna die. Who cares? You know, with the Hutsis and the Hutus and the Tutsis, I think they're called. You know, two ethnic groups that were battling there. Watched a movie on that. Hotel Rwanda, I think it was called. Pretty good movie. So, but yeah, I mean, the wars are, you know, every war we've been in, you know, most wars that the America has been in over the past 100 years has been unjustified, unneeded, and we don't need other people going somewhere, dying for other countries. You know, it's ridiculous. It's like our men should be fighting for us, not some other country. Especially when we've been fighting for other countries forever. We've been saving Europe's ass forever. It's time for somebody else to chip in. Come on. I mean, I don't want to be paying, you know, we're $17 trillion in debt. I don't want to be any more in debt. It's ridiculous. So, there's my response there to the people who say, oh, there's nothing to worry about. Yeah, there is something to worry about. Because the globalists want a war for the money. You know, there's money to be made at war. Corporations make money at war. So I am a little bit scared. You know, making my voice be heard. That's what people fail to do. Just say your opinions. Let people know what you think. Get the word out there. You know, use your First Amendment rights while you still have them. Because maybe you know, you might not have them soon. Because I'm sure they're looking to take that away too. So use your First Amendment right. Let your voice be heard. Because you just can't sit back and say, oh, I don't care about this. You know, I'm just gonna go watch TV, eat some dinner. You know, I don't care about politics or what's happening in the world. Well, you should, because if you don't, then you know, you should know what's going on in the world, because that's your responsibility as a citizen of this country or as a person in the world, is to know what's going on to the best of your ability, so you could let your voice be heard. And if there's necessary, and if it's necessary for, you know, us to gather up and protest or some shit, you know, we should do that. Let the government know we're pissed off, or when they're doing a good job, tell them they're doing a good job. So yeah, I'm just letting my voice be heard, and I welcome comments, positive or negative. I've said this before. If you got anything to say, comment. You know, I'm always open to even negative comments. You know, and even dislikes. I don't care if you dislike it or like it. It's up to you. So let your voice be heard. Make a video. Comment below. But just do something to get involved in this, you know, this conflict that's happening in the world right now. So there you go, people.